Okay, so I've returned here. Not much to say. The last one we dealt with the mystery. What was it called again? The shapeshifter in the textile room. Found out to be like some angry girl in a 12th triangle, and then we had Nami's birthday party. So, without wasting any more time, let's go. I suppose a quote from Ernest Hemingway comes to mind. Lies are the killers of love, but foolish honesty is even deadlier.
そうだ。バカ正直に私自身の気持ちを伝えてどうする?
With the start of November, we're well and truly into autumn. The rays of sunlight striking my skin are weak, yet feels like they're stripping me bare. I gaze up at the sky, gradually shifting from blue to yellow and red. And a faint whiffs of yellow cloud. And a faint whiffs? I guess that's like a, I don't know, whiffs of cloud feeling across it.
嘘は愛を殺すか。だが、嘘をついてでも本心を明かすことはできない。
In the chapel, on the night of the Halloween party, I love you. Bingo was like he had confessed her love to me. It sounded like I wasn't flattered to receive, it sounded like I wasn't flattered to receive such a confession from a girl, from a quiet and sweet, sophisticated girl. However, my honest reaction is confusion.
どうしたものかね。
Upon receiving a confession,
返事は少し待ってほしいか。我ながら臆病なことだ。
I mockingly compared myself to the cowardly lion, leaving her widow's words as I had simply fled from the chapel. I thought myself I didn't want to dangle hope in front of someone, only to pull it away last minute.
リンゴくんの悲しい顔を見るのは嫌だ。
I can't please everyone, I know that, but
そろそろ教室を出ないと間に合わないわよ。
I hear a gentle voice.
霊法の授業に遅刻なんてしたらおかしいでしょ。ああ、確かにそうだ。本末転倒だな。
I sat down for my seat and looked around the classroom.
僕たちが最後か。みんなも声をかけてくれればいいのに。声をかけようとはしていたわよ。でもあまりに物憂げだからできなかったのよ。ただ面白い小説を読んでいたら朝方になってしまっただけだというのにね。眠っていないの？貫徹だよ。さすが我が師。図書室の妖精だ。僕にぴったりの時代小説を勧めてくれた。
I struck a samurai pose with an imaginary sword, but Nami's follows both foes.
そう、それならいいのだけど、何か悩み事があるなら相談して。私たちは親友でしょ。ああ、できるわけがない。
Discussing homosexuality with a pierced Christian like her would be like slapping a child in front of Gandhi.
ひたすら眠いが急ぐとしよう。高崎くんのような足取りになったら揺さぶって起こしてくれよ。え？チドリアスということね。
They put her hand put her hand to her mouth and giggles, forcing a cynical smile on my face. I head to the etiquette class with my best friend.
人生について書きたいなら、まず生きなくてはならない。
It started with me asking who her favorite Western author was. Feeling an affinity when she answered Hemingway, I asked her for her favorite quote of his. As she thought about it, I told her my own personal favorite.
私が好きなのは、愛していない人間と旅に出てはならないですね。
That was Suokun's answer. And it only brought back my original movies. I'd come to the library so I could sit and think about what to do with Ringo-kun. However, I bumped into Suo and got chatting.
どうしました？どこかお加減でも。
いや、そうじゃないさ。なかなか眼蓄のある言葉だと思ってね。
はい、いつか友達みんなで旅行に行きたいです。
Ah, Suo.
友達か。
When I first met her, she seemed so distant. I figured it might be hard for her to form meaningful relationships, but...
そいつはいい。きっと佐々木いちごくんが盛り上げてくれるだろうね。
ええ、みんなでリッカさんと私でたくさんお菓子を作って。
She's really put the work in and all clumsy, but sincere efforts of paying off.
紳士か。
八代先輩は一緒に旅に出るならやっぱりコミカド先輩とですか？
What? Come on, that's good. The girl before me has really matured up.
そうだな。一人選ばなくちゃならないとなったらスオーくんかな。
私ですか？
なんだい、ずいぶんと嫌そうじゃないか。痛いけな僕の胸がショックで縮んでしまうところだよ。
違うんです。私なんかと言っても楽しめないんじゃないかって思って。
It's a misplaced kindness, but very like.
なーに、気が合う仲間が一番さ。列車で向き合いながらあだ名で呼び合って、いざ温泉へなんてのもいい。
あだ名
そうだな。八重垣くんならエリーとかかね。
名前からそれなら八代先輩はゆずり肌からゆずゆず？
スオーくん
すみません、冗談です。
いや、そいつはいい。二人きりの時はそう呼んでくれないか。親密になった気分だよ。さあ、早く。
Oh god, I'm too focused on Suo to beat all this.
恥ずかしい。
大丈夫。今は僕とスオくんの二人きりしかいないんだ。
余計に恥ずかしいのですけど。ゆずゆず先輩。
あだ名で呼ばれることがこんなに嬉しいなんてね。
Buoyed up with joy, I wrap my arms around her slender frame. The urge to protect wins out. My beloved friend.
恥ずかしいですから。
そうだね。堪能したし、これくらいにしておこうか。うさが晴れたよ。ありがとう、スオくん。さて、せっかく図書室の妖精がいるのだ。おすすめの時代小説でも借りてみるとしようかな。
司馬遼太郎の本は読破されているのですよね。
さすがに全部は無理だよ。有名どころだけさ。 相談するならと行き着いた場所が誤りだったな。
I've been loitering around, wanting to unload my jumbled feelings onto a third party,
よ
but
りによって彼女はないよな。
はい。風の武士ですか？
I'm guessing that must be related to a Shiba novel. I'm smiling at her and I'll go ahead and borrow that one. Even though I know I can't talk about it to anyone, I still can't shake the urge to confess all the suffocating emotions inside of me. Perhaps that's why.
どうぞ。八重垣くんの部屋でコーヒーが飲めるとは思っていなかったよ。
私が入れたんだ。味わって飲んでくださいよ。
Perhaps that's why my feet brought me here, to the room of two girls I've become good friends with recently.
流れるように嘘をつかないで。私が入れたのよ。お砂糖いりますか？
I decline. I take a cigarette with a black, bitter acid taste dances across my tongue. Fuck it up.
それでどうしたんです？今度はセーター編みを習得に？
いや、
理由がなきゃ遊びに来ちゃいけないってこともないだろ。先輩はお疲れなんだよ。
まさか。
シェイプシフター事件を解決したり、少し前のハロウィンパーティーでも八面六臂の大活躍だったみたいですからね。八面、あなた日本語で喋りなさいよ。学院の女生徒からモテて大変だったなってことだよ。
She sits with a smoker as she sips her coffee. I'm relieved she doesn't seem to be referring to anything to do with Sasaki-kun. She's making a joke out of it, but she seems genuinely concerned.
まあそれなりに面倒ではあった。八重垣くん的に言うなら2002年のアスレチックスくらいは追い込まれていたかな。
そいつはきつい。だがその後奇跡の20連勝。最後は11点差追いつかれてダメかと思ってからのサヨナラホームランじゃないですか。どういうこと？華麗な逆転劇だよ。だが無理をしたんでボロボロってことさ。
She's commenting on the state of the players at the end of the season. He offers me sugar again. This time I take.
疲れている時は糖分か。まあ見て取れるくらいには顔に出ているのだろう。
Yakikun's pretty observant, but I'm pretty aware of myself that I've been
同
off
性か
lately.
らの告白なんて今までだって何度も通ってきた道だというのに。
これ少し引きすぎたんじゃないか？そう？私は気にならないけど。
Looks like he grabs Yaki's cup and drinks from it. Although usually I wouldn't think of anything, and wouldn't think anything of it, seeing her put her lips to the very same spot how many Tipane has been drinking makes me feel awkward.
粗挽きなのだもの。あっさりめになっているでしょ？そうか？私的には濃いめな気がするけどな。
You sound like Sasaki-san. The words startled me. Takasaki-kun narrows her eyes, staring at her like a judge who's just noticed a case-breaking oversight in court.
なんだ？どうした？部屋の中で幽霊騒ぎは勘弁だぞ。そうではないわ。後ろ髪、寝癖がついているわよ。寝癖？もともと癖っ気なんだ。どこが寝癖なんだかわからねえよ。また寝転がって本を読んでいたのでしょう。仕方のない子ね。
Takasaki-kun heads over to the desk and grabs a hairbrush out of the drawer, then goes back over to Yaigaki-kun.
おい、ちょっと。おとなしくしなさい。いいって、やめろ。
She frowns and sighs as Yaigaki-kun visits her like a petulant child, then...
八代先輩の髪って綺麗ですよね。
Her almond eyes have shifted from her previous target to my own long locks. It's been a long time since I had someone brush my hair for me.
とてもいい気持ちだ。
I hear a slight chuckle above my head in response to my moment's praise. Takasaki-kun carries on enthusiastically, brushing my hair.
八代先輩の髪、とても滑らかなのに、さっぱりとした指通りで、なんだか変わっていますね。
髪もそのものに似るのかな。
でもこうしてすいていると、 本当に綺麗。紙ではないみたい。
She continues her rhythmic brushing as he speaks. I close my eyes blissfully as I enjoy the pleasant sensation of my scalp being massaged.
人となりが髪に現れるってのは嫌味か？エリカの髪はエリカらしいわよ。くそ、伸ばそうかな、髪。
She fiddles with her bangs, and I tell her that the longer it gets, the more pain it is to take care of.
やっぱり面倒なんですか？
一日でもサボると途端にへそを曲げてしまうからね。それと髪を洗うと率直に乾くまで時間がかかる。
ああ、毎日だと大変そうだ。
Even as she agrees, she continues to regard my hair with envy. I can't help but smile at this uncharacteristic behavior from
エ
her.
リカ、髪にコンプレックスを抱いているようなんです。
僕は八重垣くんの髪質と髪型好きだけどね。
なんだ、密談か？やらしいな、おい。そうよ。女の子同士の大切なお話。
The feeling of a brush suddenly replaced my fingers. The different soft sensation sends a sharp thrill to me. I feel
こう
weird.
して手ですいてみると本当に紙ではないみたい。
僕の髪で遊ばないでくれたまえよ。
本当に美しいわ。
My fingers brush the nape of my neck, sending a tingle of electricity down my spine. It's getting harder and harder to keep my mask from slipping.
おい、何？エリカも触ってみたいの？やめろ。八代先輩が困っているだろうが。そうかしら。手ぐしも髪を整えるのに有効ですよね。
ああ、そうだね。
ほら。いいからやめろって。
In a trance-like state, I turn my hazy gaze on Hayaku and said,
僕を出しに使ったね。
すみません、八代先輩。なんだよ、また密談かよ。成功したって話したのよ。あ？エリカをすねさせるのが成功だって。
Hayaku sputters, her cheeks gradually flushing a deep shade of scarlet before I
たまにはエリカに嫉妬してもらいたいから八代先輩に協力してもらったのよ。焼いたエリカも可愛いわ。お前。
She seems to want to say something, but thinks better of it.
もうやめろよな。
She mutters, looking off into the distance. I think Takasaki-kun pick up the scrunchie I left
い
in my
つも
lap.
は自分でやるが、人にやってもらえるのがこれほど心地よいものだと改めて知ったよ。
今度はコミカド先輩にやってもらったらいいですよ。きっと私よりも素晴らしいと思います。
そうだね。
I tie my hair back up into the usual ponytail and secure the scrunchie. With the scrunchie.
ほらよ、コーヒーでも飲んで一休みしたら次は私の髪もすいてくれよ。いいわよ。ならその次は私の髪もすいてくれる？もちろん手ぐしありでね。そいつはああ、もうシーツがコーヒーまみれじゃない。お前が変なこと言うからだろうが。これじゃあ今日寝られないわ。罰としてエリカのベッドで一緒に眠らせてもらうわよ。一緒にって。
Her face flushes all the way down to her neck. She looks desperately from Takasaki-kun to me, her eyes pleading for help.
コーヒーで染めてしまったシーツは片上寮長のもとへ持っていくこと。そうすれば後日新しいシーツと交換してくれるよ。
I put the SS first on the wood tomorrow. Yagaki-kun's instructions is a mix of confusion and despair.
それでは僕はこれで。
やっちろ先輩。
Bye bye.
ダメね。こんなものは料理じゃないわ。
My best friend's words hide tension and couldn't club even further. Nevi pushes away the plate of Mont Blanc, of which she just taken a single bite.
こんなものはモンブランとは言わない。子供の粘土遊びと一緒だわ。
The girl who made it, Ichiko Sasaki, falls to her knees.
そんな上手にできたと思ったのに。
思った？もしかして味見もしていないのかしら。あら、ごめんなさいね。味見をしてこのレベルならもっとかわいそうだもの。
Nevi laughs, elegant but cruel. She looks down at Ichiko-kun as she grovels her feet and at her feet.
そこまでですよ、コミカド先輩。
That's enough. The voice repeats. She appears to be holding a plate bearing a Halloween pumpkin pie. Her usually sleepy gaze gone, her usually sleepy gaze is gone, and now a fire is burning in her eyes.
姉を侮辱するのは私としては許しません。文句を言うのならこのパンプキンパイを食べてからにしてもらいますですよ。
I watch as she holds out a plate of flourish, hearing some laughter from Neri.
ああ、これは夢か。
Usually I dream about things that have actually happened, but this time I'm not really reliving the past. I'm much of myself within the dream.
さあ、食べてもらいましょうか、コミカド先輩。
あなたのような汚れたものの手で作られたデザートなんて食好きにもなれないわね。
My best friend is unusually horrible.
汚れた手、ちゃんとおトイレに行った後にしっかり手を洗っていますですよ。
そういう意味ではないわ。私の信用をたぶらかした人が作ったものなんて食べられないって言っているの。
そんな。
Shocked by Neri's words, Rigo-kun throws me a pleading look. Even in my dream, I feel myself cowering under the weight of causes.
悪夢だと分かっているが謝罪しよう。僕が気のあるふりをしたからだ。
ええ、その通りですよ。
え、そう。気の多いあなたのせいよ。譲り派？あなたはね。許してくれネリー。裏切ったんじゃない。僕は
何ですか？
いちごくんか。
After class, I'm walking along some corridor to on my way to the listening when someone hugs me from behind. I twist around to face Ichigo.
どうしたんだい？ずいぶんと積極的じゃないか。
譲り葉先輩が落ち込んでいるみたいだから、私的に元気を注入しているんです。
She shoots surround me tighter. I can't help but chuckle when I recall the Ichigo I've seen in my dream earlier that morning.
脇とか触っちゃってましたか？くすぐったいですか？
違う。いや、こそばゆいのは確かだけどね。元気が出たよ。
I've been feeling despondent after being bugged by Ichigo and Neri in my dream. And now, having awakened from a sad dream, I'm being fussed over by my ever so protective friend.
少し前にも気を使ってもらっていたというのに、2度目だな。
大丈夫ですか？
以前も気を使われたが、シリアスな問題じゃないんだ。ただ、時代小説にはまりすぎて寝不足なだけさ。
そうなんですか？
ああ、本当かどうか知りたいならスオ君に聞いてみるといい。最近本の貸し出しをよくしていると証言してくれるだろう。
She nods, seemingly satisfied, and pulls back from me. I feel a little lonely with her child height more than 3 years away.
それじゃちょっと失敗したかもな。探していたんですよ、八代先輩。
Who are you and what do you want?
これは
クッキーを焼いたんです。どうぞ。
おや、いいのかい？
八代先輩のために焼いたのですもの。どうぞ遠慮なく。
I can't say no to that. After all, I love cookies. I love the way they dry your mouth out. It's one of my weird little indulgences.
いちごくん？
She beams happily as she takes a cookie, but the look she's sending Hanabishi-kun's has, the look she's sending Rika has me puzzled.
でも喜んでくれているし。
なんだ？
I think she's starting to wink at her, but she's not doing a very good job for it. Still, Hanabishi seems to pick out on whatever the hit is, then turns to me with a forced smile.
わかったわ。
The fuck do you get? Cookie's appearance is decisive. She grabs one of her braids and brings it to her mouth. No, to her top lip and
おひげ！
she yells loudly. Neither of us seems to have any idea what the fuck is going on right now. The moment switches on. Yeah, it didn't work, you dumb bitch. She groans, flushing scarlet from head to tail. This poor girl, the most trusted and not so dependable at all for the first year students, and she's frozen like a deer in the headlights.
やめていた。アイス送っていたのに。
いちごくん、これは？
ゆずりは先輩が落ち込んでいるようだったから、クッキーだけじゃなく一発芸、冗談でもして笑わせてみたらって話になって。
それでこの状況か。
I wish she could still standing like a statue. I racked my brain for how to rescue the situation.
映画「アニー・ホール」でウディ・アレンがこう言っていた。人生はひどいか悲惨であるか、その2つのうちどちらかだと。
ゆずりは先輩、
もし何かひどい目にあったとしても安堵しなければならない。ひどい目にあったくらいでよかった、悲惨じゃなくて助かったってね。
The difference between horrible and miserable is meant to be encouraging, but Rika remains silent while Ichigo does not understand. No, is the one to speak up hesitantly.
ゆずりは先輩、それフォローになってないです。
だろうね。
Fucking cry. Fucking cry. Rika's little stun has given me an idea. Maybe it's well considering whether the situation I'm in now is one of the horrible variety or the miserable.
ひどい目に遭うかもしれないが、悲惨な状況ではない。
A young girl has confessed her love for me. To describe that as miserable would be to do it a disservice.
本当に悲惨というのはこれだ。
After having Takasaki could brush my hair, I flip-flop back and forth between my sheet and my hairstand, finally deciding to test out see with bright breath of fresh air. But it's actually quite tragic how obviously it doesn't suit me.
花火師くんの三つ編み、素敵だと思っていたが。
Because I don't have the same cuteness factor going for me.
これは優等生しか似合わない髪型なのかもしれないな。
Console myself as I fiddle my braids in front of the mirror. I could bring one of them up to my nose and yell mustache, but I'm not sure if that would
次だ
help.
な、次。
Checking myself in a perspective sight with a Chidori smile. With the Chidori smile directed at my reflection, I decided to try another style.
次は、
Envisioning a flattering hairstyle, I make use of my hair's length and I tie it with my scrunchie. This actually looks pretty good, doesn't it? Sporting my new side ponytail, I check myself out in the mirror from various angles.
いや、なんだか間違ったロッカーのようにも見えるな。
For a second there, I thought it was decent, but the more I stare, the more of a punk rock I start to feel. Even as I'm becoming certain that's not thinking to suit me, I feel the heaviness of my heart lift as I continue to play around with my hair. I know I'm avoiding reality, but I surely deserve a little respite for my heavy situation.
本当は可愛い髪型にしたいんだが。
When I first started at the academy, I went through the experimental period where wanting to change myself, I tried out various different hairstyles for my long straight hair. In the end, I settled on this irregular ponytail. Oops.
びっくりするくらい不評だったな。
Classmates told me the QC styles didn't work for me and instead became my current do. This is that I had to look cool.
僕自身は可愛い髪型がいいのだけどね。
I'm a girly girl at heart. I let my hair down again and brush it into style. I've been told that into the style that I've been told is least me. I secured a bunches on each side of its countries. Your hair is beautiful. Use here. The girls must take over care of your hair. I recall my mother's words and the time I spent sitting on the edge of a hospital bed with her brushing my hair.
母さん、僕に求められているのは可愛さではないみたいです。
Pigtails, one of the style that was roundly rejected by everyone else. Actually, if we're being specific, these are high bunches, but they still don't suit me. However,
可愛いよな。
I say it to myself and no one else, since no one else will, but it doesn't look anywhere as near as bad as everyone said. I actually really like cute things. I wanted to play house and play with dolls,
そん
but
な状況じゃなかった。
due to my family always moving on from my dad's job, I wasn't able to make close friends, and there was no one to play house with. Man, my father wasn't the type who buy his out of dolls. It was like there was no love there. I get that now. My dad probably just doesn't have time, but with work and a sick wife to worry
父
about.
が見たら笑うかな。
I ran a hand to my hair. The silvery strands barely even seem like they belong to me. They fake me. They real
ネ
me.
リーが見たらどう思うかな。
I remember to myself and then.
可愛らしいと思うわ。
Yeah.
愛らしいわ。その髪型にすればいいのに。ね
The heat that rises on my cheeks soon spreads across the rest of my body, and my wordless screams rings out through the dormitories. We didn't get here. God damn it! I could have heard something at least. Up on stage, I danced a hypothetical variation. I copied the grand foray. I copied the grand foray I once saw her perform at the ballet recital. The 32 foray turns danced by Automne in Swan Lake. I danced to shed my worries, to expel all the impurities from my body. Feeling a fire burning within me, I channel Automne and dance until I'm ready to drop.
ま、こんなものかな。すごい。やっぱりゆずりはさんが一番だわ。そう思わない？
ええ。先だってのバレエ発表会の下級生も上手だったけれど、ゆずりはさんには及ばないわね。
I want to wave off the praise and tell them they're exaggerating when
お水持ってきたわ。
my best friend comes along to hand me a flask, which I gratefully accept. We may be midway into autumn by now, but it's so hot when you exercising hard. I gulp the liquid now, my throat.
相変わらずバレエ上手ね。 この学院に来てから習い始めたのでしょ。ありがとう。まあそうだが、大抵のものは少し触れればある程度こなせるようになるからね。料理以外はある程度の枠を超えていると思うけれど、譲り張って天才肌なのね。器用貧乏なだけだよ。給油はああ言ってくれているが、実際のところ高崎くんと僕とでは技量は同程度じゃないかな。ずっと習ってきた人と同格というだけですごいわ。
It's why I heard she hips on her face. Ballet is one of the few girly activities I can openly indulge in without worrying about how it looks on me. Of course, I took it like a fish in to water, and it's one of the few things I've kept without being bored, which is rare for me. Nemi takes a sip of water herself and then murmurs.
本調子ではないよね。そうかい？グランフェッテの回転速度も一定だったと思ったが。そうでなくて楽しくなさそうだったわ。もしかして昨日勝手に部屋に伺ったから。その顔、ごめんなさい。お部屋の鍵が開いていたからノックはしたのだけど押し付けだったわね。いや、そうじゃないんだ。昨日のことを怒っているわけじゃない。それならなんで不機嫌になっているの？それは昨日僕の部屋で髪型を変えているところを見ただろ？からかう？どうして？いや、どう考えたって似合わないだろ？昨日だって罰の悪い顔をしてすぐ退散したじゃないか。すぐおいとましたのはあんまり驚いた顔をしていたからよ。こういうやつだったよな。そんなことを気にしていたの？お下げを2つによって可愛かったわ。今日そんな恥ずかしい真似できるわけがないだろ。
I apologize for that.
そんなことを気にしていたの？お下げを2つによって可愛かったわ。今日もその髪型にすればよかったのに。そんな恥ずかしい真似できるわけがないだろ。どうして？女装した男みたいな目で見られるからだよ。
I guess even saying it about myself, like a guy.
そんなことないわ。ゆずりはは優しくて素敵な女の子よ。もしバカにする人がいたら私が許さないわ。ゆずりはも卑下してはダメ。
I feel something welling up inside me at her warm words. I can't cry like a girl while wearing the mask of a president of Silver Nikea.
ありがとうネリー。君の一言はいつも僕を救ってくれるよ。いつものすまし顔もいいけれど、女の子をしているゆずりはも可愛いのに残念だわ。勘弁してくれ。あの髪型で人前に出られるほどまだ成熟してはいないんだよ。
I find myself getting more embarrassed by the second, and fearing she's about to call me cute again, I take a leaf out of Iku's book and stuck it with some literary reference.
ヘミングウェイは真の男になるためには4つのことを成し遂げなければならないと言った。小説家の？ああ。1つ、木を植えること。2つ、闘牛すること。 3つ、本を書くこと。4つ、息子を得ること。だ。僕はまだ1つしかことをなしていない。未熟者なんだよ。譲りはったら。
My laugh is like a tickling bell. I successfully changed the subject now too.
おいおい、大丈夫かい？長く話し込んで体が冷えてしまったんじゃないか？平気よ。髪といえば。ほら、君は昔から体が強くないんだ。無理をしてはいけない。月末の合唱会に参加できなくなるなんてことになりたくないだろう？
I tell you, take your head in mind.
さあ、シャワーを浴びて着替えよう。
Getting Navy into some warm clothes takes precedence over any new subject.
なんだか調子悪いみたいですね。
I looked down at my pan.
ん？ああ、焦がしてしまったか。
Today's theme is eggplant. I decided to have a fried eggplant, but
合いびきのお肉も焦がしちゃってますね。
食材を無駄にしてしまった。神に懺悔しなければ。
I put down my frying pan and made the sign out of a cross. Ichigo pierced to my face and asked if I cut her clothes.
問題ないよ。ただいつも通りの僕と言うだけさ。いちごくんの方は目を離していて大丈夫なのかい？
私的な料理は秋ナスと若鶏のトマト煮ですからね。煮込んでいる最中なんで大丈夫です。それに
She glances over her pot. I follow her gaze.
リンゴと合作なんで、今はリンゴがお鍋を見ている番なので平気なのです。
Our eyes meet. I'm the one to look away.
さすがに何と言えばいいか。
I put off giving any response to a question, but I better have to answer her soon.
決心がつかないよな。
決心？何がですか？
焦げた秋ナスだよ。捨てるにはもったいない。表面だけ削って何かできないものかね。
何か打開策が。ちょっとそうちゃんに聞いてきますね。
Well, I can stop her. She started off to see my teacher. After a big discussion with Ichigo-kun, Suki passes in her cuckoo and slides gracefully over to me on my face.
焦がしてしまったそうですね。
何か捨てる以外で生かす方法はあるかい？
焦げたのは表面だけみたいですから、刻んでパスタの材料にとか。私たちが作っている秋ナスと若鶏のトマト煮、パスタのソースにしても美味しいと思うよ。
Just the thought of it makes me salivate. I smile, telling her that it sounds good.
さすがは秋の味覚。何でも合いますな。ゆずりは先輩は秋の味覚、風物詩といえば何を思い出しますか？
そうだな。秋の風物詩ね。食べ歩きかな。読書かな。本を読むのにいい季節だしね。
そうですよね。
So, I didn't expect you to open your mouth like that.
今図書室では秋の読書週間を行っているんです。好きなジャンルを伝えていただければ好みの一冊を探すお手伝いをしているんですよ。
そうなのか。それじゃあまた図書室に寄らせてもらうよ。
ぜひ八代先輩が来ていただけるのなら他の生徒さんたちも寄ってくれると思うので。
Considering the astronomically beautiful spot of the library, I reflect that she must always draw plenty of customers over
まつげが長いな。肌も素晴らしくきめ細かい。
She possesses a kind of beauty rather than spectating under close inspection. Only opens up better when seen up close. If I get lost, look at her.
スオちゃん、そろそろ。いちごさん、
Despite of the library now and just realizes how far into my personal pictures of emotion and excitement.
まあ、いろいろ秋の風物詩はあるけれど、私的にはもみじ狩りかな。
もみじ狩り。ずいぶんと渋いところをついてくるね。
いちごさんならもっとパーティーのようなものを言うと思っていたわ。私の清楚なイメージとぴったりじゃない。それで提案なのですが。
She claps her hands together, getting the attention of everyone in the cooking club, and asks if we're all likely to go see fall leaves and so on.
もみじ狩りか。別段行くことは構わないが、料理部としてはどうだろう。
ハイキングな感じでお昼用のお弁当を凝るなら、料理部の野外活動と言っても OK だと思うのですけど。
She looks to me, and then Sakuragi club president. Sakuragi hesitates for a moment, but then agrees with a smile, saying that the cooking club is all about fun after all.
よかったー。もみじ狩りと言ったら栗や柿や松茸。
I smiled weirdly, so it was about the food all along. Not to see my smoke, Ichigo cracks her head.
それだけじゃなくて、最近ゆずりは先輩元気がなかったみたいだし、
そうか。気を使ってもらってすまないね。
それにリンゴも元気がないみたいだったので、遊びに連れ出そうって。ハイキングみたいで気分転換になりますよね。
ああ、そうだね。
So they overcome with powerful sense of unexpected. Of course, if I'm agonizing over this, then she must be too. How could I have not realized?
自分ばかり。私は。
I heaved a long, heavy sigh as I watched the other club members discuss what to make for their bento. I imagine my expression probably resembles that of a shy dog trying to do its business in the corner of a public park.
そんな申し訳ないなんて顔をしないで。ゆずりはが映したわけじゃないのだから。
体が弱いことを知っていたのに気遣えなかった。僕のせいだ。
汗をかいたまま話し込んでいた私が悪いのよ。だからそんなに困ったワンちゃんのような顔をしないで。
Who gets a cold in autumn? I smiled slightly. Seems like we were thinking along the same lines. Apparently misinterpreting my smile to mean that I would no longer feel guilty. She playfully tells me that it would be actually worse if I cuddled her more than I already do.
僕の本性は犬か。猫の八重垣くんとは相性が悪そうだ。
グレートピレニーズに懐いてる黒猫もいるでしょ。
そこまで大女じゃないだろう。
I put a hurt face. In every flash, there's a very glimpse of her teeth, and she laughs.
ゆずりはと話していると風邪をひいたことを忘れてしまいそうだわ。
薬になっているなら長情だけどね。
She smiles and shakes her head, her goodly hair shimmering, and she seems to finally notice something is.
ネリーのアミティアなら夕食に向かったよ。
もうそんな時間になるのね。それじゃあゆずりはは？
僕は一緒に食べようと思って持参してきたんだ。
Both my hands had been full when I entered the room, but I guess she was just waking up and didn't notice.
私の分も持ってきてくれたのね。
Obviously.
病人の前で一人で食べるほど鬼じゃない。
I got a clear bowl from one of the trays.
食欲が落ちてるだろうからフルーツヨーグルトにしてもらったよ。食欲もしかしてあるのかい？もう
そんなに食いしん坊じゃないわ。体がほてっていたから冷えていて美味しそう。
キウイとイチゴとみかん、ブルーベリー付きだ。体にいいぞ。
I scoop up a piece of the kiwi and then hold the spoon out to her.
美味しいわ。そいつはよかった。ヨーグルトさえしっかりとっておけば風邪なんてひかなくなる。
This time I choose the strawberries to spoon feed her.
昔からそう言っているわよね。父がよく言っていたよ。ヨーグルトさえ食べておけばこの世は万事うまくいく。サラダ教のようなものかしらね。
Stop being laid low with fever. Now he's eating as fast as ever. I pass her a glass of water and some pills and then start on my
同
own
じ
food.
ものなのね。気を使わなくていいのに。ダイエット中でね。大義名分ができてありがたいよ。譲り葉は背が高いのだから多めに食べても平気よ。グレートピレニーズで止めておきたい。グレートデーンまで行くのは女子として抵抗があるんでね。
I munched on a melon slice as she started as a giggle. Citrus fruit.
香水か。あ、気になるかしら。
She may be bedridden, but she's still keeping up with her grooming habits. Her bell furrows as she asks me if this set is overpowering.
いや、少し思い出したことがあってね。ネリーは変わらず素敵な香りがするよ。ありがとう。譲り葉は香水あまり好きじゃないのよね。
We only perfume is like a symbol once for femininity. That's why I've always wanted to wear it, but
僕から甘い香りが漂ってきたらおかしいだろ。そうかしら。そうさ。それに甘い香りをさせていたら服にお菓子を仕込んでいると思われるだろ。そうね。譲り葉らしいわ。
I found an exaggerated grin.
でも残念。今度譲り葉のために香水を選ぼうと思っていたから。それは嬉しいが、私と同じものはどう？こんな感じなのだけど。
She puts herself up in bed and bares her neck. She's telling me to sniff it.
いや、私と同じものはダメ？
I reflexively tell her that it's not the case. I hesitantly.
ネリネの香り。
The fragrance of a lily of the valley perfume mingles with her own unique body scent, creating a.
どう？
Yeah.
ああ、僕もつけてみよう。
Smile blooms across her lips. I have to fight and focus myself from blushing as I back.
冷た。頭を動かしてはダメだ。タオルが落ちてしまうよ。
After dinner, I changed the towel laid across her forehead for a fresh one. Then we passed
何が？もうはぐらかさないで。譲り葉が話してくれたおみじ狩りよ。ネリーが個人的なイベントに行きたいなんて珍しいじゃないか。料理部で開催するということは白羽さんも来るのでしょ。最近お話をしていないのよ。さすが和菓子人気者だ。それに佐々木さんたちも、特にリンゴさん、最近お話をする機会があったのだけど、どこか塞いでいたの。
Just a moment. I'm back. Oh fuck. I need to like change the hydraulics for this. Because this one I have is like kind of fucked. Like I've talked to the manufacturer and I haven't like submitted my request yet. They said I can replace it, but yeah, it's not really that like bad. It's not doesn't always happen, but whenever I sit down, it happens. Or whenever like I sit down and it slowly reclines down. That's it. Now, before we continue this, I'll just say it's very hot right now, so make sure to drink a lot of water. Be sure to work out, stay fit. If you don't work out and stay fit, you'll die, literally. Right, without any more messages, let's go. I feel my heart clench in my chest as the unexpected mention of Ringo-kun's name. The fuck? How? Oh, okay, I think the settings highlighted.
何か悩みがあるのなら助けになりたいわ。元気になってほしい。元気を出すのはまずは君からだよ。
Pat her on the head as I evidently stroked her silky hair.
行くのは構わないが、まずは風邪を治すことだ。参加してもいいの？ああ。部外者の参加を禁ずとは言ってなかったしね。部長の桜木くんには僕から言っておこう。楽しみだわ。譲り派のお弁当。おい、僕は作るとは言ってないぞ。ああ、私のために作ってくれないの？上目遣いは卑怯だぞ、ネリ。
That face clear as day, but
僕がお弁当を作るなんて、まさにそれじゃないか。
containers and ingredients are all laid out before me, but I haven't touched any of them as a vision of what my mental should look like as it appeared to me.
定番で良いとは思うが、そもそも定番とは何だ？
My mom was sickly and my dad was hardly much of a cook, so it's hard for me to imagine when I have never had one made for me.
すまない。まだ何を作るかイメージが湧かないんだ。先にやってくれていいよ。いえ、料理のことではなく。なら、僕への愛の告白かい？コミカド先輩、風邪を召してしまったと聞きましたけど、大丈夫ですか？もともとただの風邪だからね。すぐに良くなるさ。それなら良いのですが。スオー君にそれほど心配してもらえるなら、今度僕も弾いてみようかな。
She angrily tells me not to say something strings. Like people getting sick is such a sensitive topic for her.
心配ですね。体温が高いから風邪はひかないと豪語していたが、もともとあまり体は強い方じゃないからね。そうなのですか。だが、さっきも言ったが、ただの風邪だ。うまいものを食べてぐっすり眠ればすぐ回復するさ。食べるのはネリーのお箱だろ。そうですね。
She doesn't smile that would charm 10 out of every 10 people.
失敗すると分かっていて挑戦しなければならない気持ちというのもなかなかに来るものがあるね。私も夏に葉物野菜を収穫するときはなかなか手が出ないときがあります。そういうときはどうするんだい？今の自分は自分じゃない。物語の人物。例えば嵐ヶ丘のキャサリンだって思い込んで、えいやって手をつけます。あと祖父は何でも仕事だと割り切れば楽になるって話してましたけど。最後に台無しな一言だが、 確かにそういう割り切り方は大切なんだろうな。ダン・アリエリーの本だと、仕事に向かうためにインセンティブはお金だけでは無理だと書いていたな。与えられるインセンティブがお金だけだとモチベーションも頭打ちになるんだってね。
それは？
仕事と割り切るのでなく、やはり料理に傾けるのは愛情でなくてはいけない。使い古された言葉だが、そう思うよ。
You got to agree this before me. I could wish her my friend's favorites. This is so full of love.
人間、得て増えてというものがある。
Should I work on making the perfect bento to make Nemi happy? Or should I be mindful of her health and play nurse for her?
さて、どうしたものかね。
Do I make bento for my best friend? Or, I don't know, I actually want it? Or do I take care of her? I've been thinking hard on my two options.
買っておいているのは分かっている。
でも。
Who the fuck is HIVER?
君の負担になることも重々承知している。だが、僕の願いを聞き入れてはくれないだろうか。
私も、コミカドさんの助けになるなら。
I see. I'll meet your partner.
私は。おかえりなさい。
Use Viha. Might be able to find out this is me under the pillow I brought with me.
僕と萩原さんを間違えるなんてひどいじゃないか。それは、そうじゃなくて、その枕は？お、目ざといね。今日からネリーの風邪が良くなるまで寝泊まりして看病するんだよ。だってここは二人部屋だし、萩原さんは？彼女には許可をもらったよ。ネリーの体調が戻るまで僕の部屋と交換してもらった。
As my best friend's Blink sent me a surprise, a pet pillow.
僕のアミティエは学院を去っているからね。交渉はしやすかった。萩原さんも快く OK してくれたよ。
Oh, she's alone, okay. Actually, I've been quite an ordeal to get the other girl. All but in face for some reason. To agree, but she doesn't need to know that.
僕の心配をしてくれるのかい？なら大丈夫。18歳未満が見てはいけないものはちゃんと目の届かないところへ隠してきたからね。
You know, I think they should have moved Neri to Yuzu's room instead.
そうではないわ。私の看病なんて風が移って。
昔は立場が逆だったが、今や僕の方が頑健な体だ。栄養を溜め込んだ僕の体に風邪菌など入り込む余地はないよ。会の者に聞いたよ。会の進捗管理や指示をこの部屋からしていたとね。君でないといけない要件もあることは確かだが、今でなくてもいい。大きなやつは、そうだな、月末の合唱会くらいだが、それも後でいい案件だ。
でも私のせいでみんなの手が止まるなんて。
I walk over to gently rub her back as she coughs. Her body is
週
hot with
末
fever.
もみじ狩りに行くんだろ。しっかり休まないと治るものも治らない。
でも
分け合えば喜びは2倍に、悲しみは半分に。友達は素晴らしいものだ。そうだろ。
そうね。私たちは親友だものね。
ああ、週末は楽しくもみじ狩りとしゃれ込もうか。さて、それじゃこの枕は萩原くんのベッドへと置いて、 そろそろ夕食だ。ネリーは何が食べたい？ごちそうさま。おそ松様。って僕が作ったわけじゃないけどね。頼んで作らせてもらった僕特製のアサイーのスムージーさ。ヨーグルトジュースを混ぜたから飲みやすかっただろ？ヨーグルトヨーグルトさえ取っておけば万事うまくいくものね。その通り。いつものやつじゃないから勘ぐってるのかい？大丈夫。睡眠薬じゃない。寝ている間にいたずらなんてしないよ。そうじゃなくて、子供みたいなことを聞くけど、これって苦い？ああ、粉末の薬はなんだか苦いイメージがあるよな。でもまあ、良薬口に逃がしってことわざも昔からあるだろ？えいやと口に放り込んで一気に水で流し込めば大丈夫さ。覚悟ができないなら鼻をつまんでやろうか？わかったわ。よし、ちゃんと飲めたご褒美に何でも一つ願いを叶えてあげよう。この薬を甘くして。ならそうね。汗をかいてしまったの。背中を拭いてもらえるかしら。
We're alone in the room.
いいわよ。
I heard quiet words. I turned my back around to face her. The pure I hope this video doesn't get age restricted like last time.
恥ずかしいわ。
Like this video, actually, like last time I did this, the very first time I played this on stream, this whole stream just got age restricted. Fuck YouTube. So I have to lift her up her nightgown for me to wipe her back anyways. No matter how Kurtner wish she was ridding herself too. Those was only natural to go ahead and change to a fresh, clean out dress at the same time. However,
さすがハーフは肌ツヤが違う。ゆずりはも同じじゃない。
Let me laugh, stick it out, trying to dispel the awkwardness with the joke. But honestly, the sentiment was safe to
ハーフとクォーターの違いはあると思うけどね。さて、それじゃ始めていいかな？ええ、お願いするわ。
At her invitation, I picked up a wet towel and folded, pressed it against her white
観
skin.
念すると決めたとき、こういうこともあると覚悟を決めただろう。
I admonished part of me that's getting thrown into the trouble and wrapped the fabric along her practically glowing skin.
すまない。強すぎたか？違うの。ただ思っていたよりも冷たかったから。続けて。
Her back felt to the towel, sways like a willow every time I press against it.
どうしたんだい、ネリー。昔一緒にお風呂に入ったことを思い出したのよ。あの時はゆずりはすごく恥ずかしがっていたわよね。
That's ironic.
父以外の人と一緒にお風呂なんて入ったことがなかったからね。そうだったの？ああ、友達と一緒に入った経験なんてなかったから、何を言われるか想像して緊張していたんだよ。あら、八代さん、お胸が小さいですわよ。クォーターの割に色白だったから、その辺を言われるのかってさ。転校して学校が変わるたび、髪と肌はいつもいじられたからね。それなら私も一緒だわ。
he goes, Stevie is humble, but she's always been the most beautiful girl in school until the day she felt ill.
弟さんとは一緒にお風呂に入ってはいなかったの？
ネリーと入った頃はまだ小さかったからね。ある程度大きくなってからは面倒を見てやったけれど、あいつは風呂嫌いなんだ。押さえつけて入れてやっていたから、兄弟仲良くって感じではないね。
そう。私兄弟がいなかったから憧れていたのよ。
別にいいものじゃない。騒がしくはあったから退屈することはなかったけどね。この頃は生意気に一緒に風呂に入るのを嫌がるんだよ。
かわいいじゃない。
ま、成長を感じられて姉冥利に尽きるがね。おかゆいところはございませんか、お嬢様。
そうね。それじゃあ脇の方をお願いできるかしら。
落ち着け。私。
I'm being careful, but it must be sensitive area. He said to the visiting my own sense of.
少し上の方も拭かせてもらうよ。
ええ。
As I move over, picking up a bit.
どうしたのゆずりは？もうおしまい？
いや、もうすぐ終わるよ。
Okay, she said like this is no big deal. In the meantime.
時間をかけてしまいすまないね。風邪をひいているのに長々と肌をさらさせてしまって。
平気よ。ずいぶんと汗をかいていたみたいだから気持ちいいわ。
こうして拭いているとわかるが、だいぶ熱も引いてきたようだ。よかったよ。
ゆずりはのおかげよ。
あまり長引くようならお守りでも作ろうかと考えていたけどね。
おっぴらにはできないけれど、ゆずりはが作ったものなら欲しいわね。
そうかい？幸運が続くってことだからいいと思ったんだよな。西洋じゃ古くから伝わる由緒正しいお守りだ。
そんなものがあるの？
ああ、まずはウサギの足を失敬してきて。
やめて。
Seems like, as a fan of the bazaar, she's aware of the suspicions about unraveled
スオ君や八重垣君に聞かれたら怒られそうな話題だよな。
ダメよ。可愛いのだからそんな想像してはダメ。
冗談だよ。よし、これで背中は拭けた。あとはゆっくり寝るだけだな。
そうね。そうだわ。
When I asked her what it is, she leans forward, holding her towel and
ご褒美ついでにもう一つお願いを聞いてほしいの。私が眠るまで本を読んでくれないかしら。
あ、それじゃあ何の本を読もうか。
in the end, the reader's translation of her wins out.
4月になってから節子の病気はいくらかずつ回復期に近づき出しているように見えた。そしてそれがいかにも父としていればいるほどその回復へのもどかしいような一歩一歩はかえって何か確実なもののように思われ、私たちには言い知れず頼もしくさえあった。
I read aloud from the novella he given to me a while back. The Wind Has Risen by Tatsuo Hori.
話の筋的に病人に聞かせるものじゃなかったかな。
Mary's brilliant southern eyes are staring off into space as she listens intently.
もう眠りそうかい？
いいえ、まだ平気よ。
それじゃもう少し続けようかね。そんなある日の午後のこと、私が行くとちょうど父は外出していて、節子は一人で病室にいた。その日は大変気分も良さそうで、いつもほとんど着たきりの寝巻きを珍しく青いブラウスに着替えていた。私はそういう姿を見ると、どうしても彼女を庭へ引っ張り出そうとした。
Then someone focused gaze towards me. Who or what was she seeing?
ねえ、ゆずりは
なんだい？
子供のようなことを言うのだけど、
本日2度目だって。
握ってもらってもいい？
I think the dark shadow now clouds her eyes. I can't possibly deny her entreaty.
君が言わなければ僕から言い出していたところだよ。冷えていて気持ちいいだろう。僕は体温が低いのが自慢なんだ。
ゆずりはとても安心するわ。
A sort of unease clears from her southern eyes, and she's back to her usual self. Oh, soft, warm, beautiful eyes.
眠るまで手を握っておくよ。
ありがとう、ゆずりは。
Quite satisfied, she closes her eyes and gently drifts off
変
to
わっ
sleep.
てあげられたらいいのに。
While expressing his calm, beads of sweat stand out on her fevered forehead. When we were kids, it was fine for us to stick to our own separate roles. Neri was the cowardly lion who protected me, and I was the timid woman lacking a heart. But that day,
おやすみ、レリー。
a pained expression flicks over her face, and I abandoned my idle thoughts. Still holding on to her hand, I set the book down on my lap, reached my free hand to wipe the sweat from her brow, and I only prayed to God who I believe in. The only God I believe in. The word momentary comes from the Latin momentum.
さあ皆さん、忘れ物はないかしら？
It's the weekend of the day long awaited leaf weaving. Neri, now fully recovered from her cold, takes the lead and addresses the cooking club members gathered outside the demo trees.
率先してリーダーシップを取るネリーか。久しぶりだな。
Recalling our childhood together, I captured a photograph of her. My best friend, who was dealing with the council of the chaos of affairs, even from a sit bed. Perhaps I meekly had it, heeded my warning about not being well enough to go viewing the party. I can't even speak Korean, goddammit. Though she's managed to get better in time for today. And the bento, which had been a major source of concern for me.
ま、形にはなったか。
ゆずりは、ぼーっとしていないで。桜木さんから開会の言葉があるそうよ。
Neri chided me.
楽しそうで何よりだ。
I peered through the canvas view by them once again. I needed to capture this moment with my best friend, or rather all of the club members, earnestly listening to Yasakareiki-kun's speech. As I was slipping down the path through the woods, which was always like this, a beast within. Suoko screams, drawing everyone else to closer.
今の音、どうしたの白羽さん？
そこの茂みに何か動物がいるみたいで。それはタヌキだね。いえ、イタチですよ。
聞いたことがあるわ。 この森は野生動物が多く住んでいるのだって。稀に学院へ来て餌付けされた話を耳にしたことがあるもの。
そんな面白い話がペットにしてたとか？その動物って何です？
確かキツネだとか鹿だとか。
どっちも可愛い。嘘じゃなくて本当に出てきたらいいのにね。
嘘じゃなくてって？
ああ、音の正体はこれだよ、これ。
もういちごさん騙したのね。
スオちゃんから一本取ったってチドリンやエリカちゃんに自慢できるよ。
もう本当にやめてね。私驚くのって苦手なの。胸がドキドキして。
わかったよ。嫌な思いをするいたずらは私としても不本意ってやつだしね。それじゃ今度はスオちゃんの左右の靴の紐を縛り合って。
それって軍隊でやるいたずらよね。
I affectionately watched the unusual shame so season after Ichigo.
ま、彼女もまだ少女なのだしな。
Seeing Suo acting in such an uncharacteristically immature and girly manner constantly voice my thoughts out loud.
何が少女なの？
僕のことさ。秋のもみじの中を行く可憐な少女といった風情だろ。
I dwell on the spot for her.
そうね。でもくるくる回るのはよした方がいいと思うわ。
どうしてだい？
せっかく作ったお弁当が台無しになってしまうでしょ。
She's still holding the bento.
大丈夫だよな。
一回だけだからひどくなってないわよ。高崎さんのようなオディールのグランフェッテを踊ってなければね。
あんなに回ったらお弁当の中身がバターになってしまうよ。
それは困るわ。楽しみにしているのですもの。
森深いからだろうか。この辺りは秋が深く感じるね。
場所柄気温が低いのでしょうか。他よりも季節が移ろっているように感じますね。
We've reached a spot designated for autumn leaf viewing. We've all been enjoying the autumn scenery on the way here, but now we've reached our destination for basking
そう
in
い
it.
えば秋をめでるのは久しぶりなのか。
This time last year was there was totally something that was something that
ゆずりは先輩。
it feels soft swinging against my back.
栗取れましたよ。
Taller frame asked about for
ほう、見事な栗じゃないか。この辺りに生えているのかい？
ちょっと奥に行ったらたくさん栗の木がありましたよ。
She looks up at me with a wide sparkling eyes like a kid waiting.
それは魅力的だ。ぜひ収穫しないとね。それじゃ栗拾いに向かいたいからそろそろ話してはくれないか？
Well, it is something I want to do. The session is also my way of researching myself from Shikukun. Filling out.
栗拾いをゲームにしたらどうですか？
Ichikun pulls back from me obediently and listens to look at the other girls.
誰が一番多く取れるか競うんですよ。それで多く取った人は好きなお弁当を自分のと交換できるとかどうですかね？
例えば僕のお弁当とスオ君のと交換できるといった風にだね。
せっかく来そうならゲームにしたら面白いかなって。
面白そう。私やってみたいわ。
お友達と一緒にゲーム。
みんながいいなら構わないが。
Okay, should we get good inside? Yes, she smiles and nods too.
それじゃペア制はどう？二人で協力してやった方が白熱しそうだし。
そうね。お友達同士で競うのは楽しそうだわ。
Now instead he's giving her smelling of approval. There is a objection to get an idea.
それじゃあ私的にはゆずりは先輩と組むのを希望します。
Declares loudly.
ペアそれじゃあ私は白羽さんと組みたいわ。おしゃべりしたいことたくさんあるの。
私と組んでもらえるのですか？
ええ。
夢みたい。ペアを組んでもらえる。
They just seems to overcome emotion for some reason, but that aside.
露骨なアプローチは面倒なことになるな。
It's probably totally innocent, but fingers split in favoritism. Foxes a conflict.
確かにペア制は白熱しそうで面白そうだ。了承しよう。だが早い者勝ちだと差が出すぎてしまう。
After all, whoever puts up with me clearly has an advantage. I say correctly, but she has a laugh.
ここはフェアにするため9時にしたいと思うが、桜木くん構わないかな。
It's real good because with this will off her back, so I better agrees.
みんな納得してくれたようだね。それでは楽しいくじ引きを始めるとしよう。
Gives out the autumn twilight. The rays of the golden light breaking through the puffy clouds create a sparkling, beautiful effect. I'm the only person in the wall, standing up in the beaming, glowing stars. Surrounded by the deep, silent forest, I feel like I've been transported into a painting.
確かあれがカシオペア座だったかな。
When my mind is distracted by the childhood fantasies, I speak out loud. That's pretty much the only constellation I know. I chuckled to myself, thinking how how my astronomically loving best friend would probably enjoy this a lot more than me. Very conscious laughter traveled down my injured leg. In that instant, a dagger of the intense pain shoots out from my ankle all the way to my brain, giving me a shock like I've been hit on the head with a blunt object. Oh, what the fuck? Hold the fuck up. Hold on. I'm onto something. I don't recall that at all. One moment. That is new. I forgot about that. I actually forgot about that. It never like came to my mind at all. That it's so fucking new that I actually never recalled it. So she was hit with something in that greenhouse. Okay. Just as we taught. Oh. I think it's... well, let me check again. Okay, sorry for the sudden stop. Let's go back to the yeah. The basket I carry my bento with is, bento in is almost filled with overflowing chestnuts. They're one of the reasons I'm in this situation right now. I look down and notice a peak in my face.
冗談じゃないぞ。ここなら取り放題じゃないか。
はいです。ここなら私としても一番になれると思うのですよ。
優勝商品があまり大したものではないから適当でいいと思うよ。
いいえ、料理部で3回誰でもペアを組める件は魅力的ですよ。
結局優勝者がお弁当を選び放題はなくなったしな。公開処刑だったな。
はい。
いや、こんなに見事な栗の木を見つけたのは我々だけだろうってね。優勝は間違いなしだ。
さあ、早く始めましょう。急がないと他の人に取られてしまうですよ。
この方角を選んだのは僕たちしかいなかっただろう。だから大丈夫だよ。
しかしですね、敵はうっかり者の姉だけではなく、切れ者のスオちゃんもいるのです。油断はできませんよ。
よほど誰かとペアを組みたいと見えるね。
Even as I said it.
バカか、私は。
はい、絶対負けられないですよ。
She responded brightly.
そうだね。僕も和菓子を独占するために頑張るとしよう。
I said, grateful for her obliviousness.
さすがに軍手なしじゃ手で剥くのは無理か。
There are a few different ways of peeling out the burrs more efficiently, but
大丈夫ですか？出ていませんか？
she pulled out a band-aid.
数が数だからね。手早く剥く方法をいろいろ模索してみているのだけど。
やっぱり基本に忠実が一番です。こうですよ、八代先輩。
Puts her foot down gently and falling just night and definitely is out of here to be with the show where it slipped.
見事だ。
おばあちゃん直伝ですからね。先人の知恵ですよ。
基本に勝るものはないか。以前話してくれた料理教室を開いている方だね。
はい。父や母は買い付けで日本より外国にいる方が長いですから、祖母に教わることが多かったのです。
I felt like a new sense of closeness to her upon hearing this insight of her complicated family.
そうだったのか。海外じゃないが、僕も似たようなものかな。
そうなのですか？
祖父母に預けられていたわけではないが、母は体が弱く、父は転勤族で忙しい。あまり家族には恵まれなかったのかな。
The last line comes out in a murmur.
すまない。やはり僕の事情とリンゴくんでは違うな。ご両親は何をなさっているんだい？
宝石商です。
Seems like she's from an even more refined background than I thought. She asked this was the thing question but it was in banking. At the outside I thought it would be awkward, but I was just not picking this smoothly. So smoothly we ended up getting carried away. We lost track of time and carried past the designated time.
そろそろ戻らないとな。
The basket I carried bento has been now filled with chestnuts. We were sure to win. I was
リン
certain.
ゴくんは
I How the introduction to still become persistence from beneath a row of chestnut trees, marching up the steep slope.
わかりました。
Alright, this is the moment when I realize, the moment I sensed keenly that shit was making the dangerous one. My bad feelings were never wrong. It was probably about 10 paces away from me when she was up the whole slope and hearing her scream. I started to run straight for her. Damn.
このざまってわけだ。
It's good that I saved Rico good moment and I ended up with a horribly sprained ankle. I thought I was about to find a limp by the way supporting
距離がある上、リンゴくんとでは慎重さで無理だ。
So I asked Ringo-kun, who looked like she was dying of guilt, to return to the meeting point and get help.
無理深いところまで来ていたしな。迷っていなければいいぞ。暗くなってしまったら見つけるのは無理だろうな。
Maybe the pessimistic street I had as a child would be surfing. Worst comes to worst, I'll have to spend the night right here. Chuck out with myself, say not there. I can't read. I should like stop reading at this point. Because whenever I read, I just end up mumbling. Because I don't know why I can't make coherent speech right now. The movement that causes an electric shock of pain, followed by a dull tut in my head. Oh shit! Whatever the situation is, it's up to you. Whether or not you're able to laugh it off depends on how you feel. My father is the kind of person who always speaks respectfully, even though speaking to a young child or his own daughter. That's why I was confused when he delivered such a frank remark.
さすがに笑えなくなってきた。そう思っただけだったんだがね。
As the last crimson rays appear below the distant horizon, the forest enveloped
さらに
deeper.
雲間も怪しい。
Although this is a true darkness, free from any artificial light, thanks to the light of the moon, I'm still able to make out silhouettes of the now familiar trees surrounding me. But however, I can see the ominous dark clouds in the
秋
distance.
とはいえ、夜は冷えるってのに、雨とかシャレにならないぞ。
Wandering off somewhere else after the raccoons got to get. Why they don't find me? Students aren't used to navigating into these woods, and it's already nighttime. It's looking more and more likely that I'm spending the full night here. Even just attempting to stand overwhelms me by unbearable pain. I grind my back teeth together. The pain, which up till now hasn't bothered me unless I move, has developed into a dull ache that will overload the entire time.
上着を破って足首に巻いたら歩けるようになるか。
There are plenty of sticks lying around I can use for a splint.
力には自信があるが、さすがに素手で上着なんて破れないよな。
How about my skirt? I look at my skirt, the longer one we wear in summer.
ダメだ。想像したらセクシーすぎて笑ってしまう。
Me dressed in an autumn uniform, my skirt ribs are so short I can't risk my flashing my underwear.
ようやく八重垣くんの気持ちが分かったよ。
I'm with myself I can keep it together without making a few jokes. I look up at the pale and moon's of dark close grey.
こんなに心細いと思うなんてね。
I have a surreal sense that a couple floating invisible with my feet anchored to the ground. When it comes down to that, nothing's really changed.
なぜ彼女たちは求めていたのだろう。
The girl who gave me her love letter just last month, although it feels like already a nature girl. Ichigo, who makes her outfit to conceal a confession, and Ringo, who made her own brave confession. I'm flattered to feel the way you do about me. It means they accept me. However,
彼女たちは私が同性愛者だとは知らない。
what if their feelings for me were infectious? If I were to reciprocate those feelings for real, would they accept me for who I am?
ネリー、
The person who comes to mind is Neri Kamikado, the one I've always yearned for. I know that she wouldn't accept me despite being no, because she's my best friend. In that case, whether it's a manifestation of my admiration, or if it's really love.
思いを断ち切り別の誰かと。
But the thought of it alone sends a knife to my heart. It's a different kind of pain inflicted on my ankle. A pain that constricts my steps and makes it hard to breathe.
助けてくれネリー。幼い頃のように。
I've lost my unusual puffed up pump. My deflated heart a tiny, full-on thing. When I come home to crying that dusky evening, my best friend had said to me,
困ったら靴のかかとを。
I feel something tugging at my chest, like the rumble of distant thunder. It comes. A voice that resonates clearly in my ears. This voice is.
ネリー、
The moment her name leaves my lips, I know it's true. I know her voice anywhere, no matter how far away, no matter how faint.
ネリー。
I whisper her name again, feeling like I'm about to burst into laughter or tears. As I hear the sound of her footsteps, voice drawing closer, my feelings continue to linger somewhere in the middle, neither shifting definitively or one way or the other. All at once, the nearby shrubbery rustles loudly and
譲りは。
she appears before me, glowing pale in the moonlight.
やっぱり来てくれたんだね。やっぱり来てくれたんだね。ネリネ。
When I come home that dusky evening, I feel like I had regressed back to my younger self, and I realized it was becoming harder and harder to repress myself. I once spoke about dreams with a friend. My friend told me they had three recurring dreams. One was a dream of looking down on a cylindrical greenhouse where richly colored birds and butterflies danced through the air. Another was being naked and shivering in the middle of the empty, sterile white room. The third she was stubbornly refused to tell me, no matter how much I cajoled her. Although I only asked naively. All she told me is that it made her feel bad. Every time I hear about the other people's dreams, I wonder how different they are to my own. Dreams I hear from others are fantastical, nonsensical, far removed from reality. They become someone else, fly through the air and go on an adventure with a character from a movie. The dreams I have aren't like that. My dreams are mostly recollections of the past. And I'm rewinding a tape with my memories and rewatching it. Sometimes I do have rather weird dreams where someone says does something that does things they wouldn't normally do, but they never involve places where I haven't been to or people I've never spoken to in real life. What I see is always what I experience, which is why when I dream, I always feel very sad. I transferred schools a lot due to my father's work. Despite knowing from the start I'd soon have to say goodbye, I've always tried my hardest to fit in, but along the way, repeatedly meeting new people and departing from them in such short time frame, I developed a negative disposition. Making friends with my classmates when I was going to leave soon was pointless, and saying goodbye was painful, just like a sudden girl I know, supposed to become my only friends. I can't say I had good home life either. My younger brother was born when I was in elementary school. Due to complications with pregnancy of my mother, who had previously been healthy, was from then on often ill. Of course, she could no longer follow my father on his frequent transfers. She moved into a hospital near her parents' house, and that's the image that comes to me when I think of her. Sometimes it would be a long journey to go to see her from wherever we were then based. I enjoyed those little trips with my father, who I otherwise rarely got to see. I was always happy to see my mother, lying down in a hospital bed. She was a gentle woman, brimming with compassion, but she had a way of speaking that left most of the important things unsaid. As a child, that made me extremely anxious. She always says something like, "It's okay, don't worry, the doctor is extremely skilled, though there are issues elsewhere." Once on the way home from visiting my mother, my father asked me a question that I don't remember the exact phrasing, but it was all about the yearbooks I've received. Whether I left for school, I'd receive a big card with a signed note from each of my classmates. When I said that I was carefully keeping each and every one I received, for some reason my father looked extremely sad. And then, after that day, I stopped moving schools. However, by that time my degree timidity had been mixed in to my already negative disposition. If I were to blame anyone for me becoming timid, I'd say it originated from my mother. I excelled at remembering things and again recalling those memories. After hearing and seeing something once, I never forgot about it. My mother was about the same. In elementary school, when you're studying the basics, it had put me well ahead of my peers. Why can't they do it? But as often the case of excelling in some areas can have harmful consequences in others. When I transferred into the school, which would become my last, I was terribly melancholy, nervous, and cerebral child. I was at that odd age, on the border between early and late childhood, and that's when I met her. Nevi Kamikado. Vicious yet gentle, and with a firm sense of self, she stuck to her own opinions and even in the face of older kids. At first, all my new classmates, they were all nice to me. They tried to talk to me, though they always end up withdrawing like waves from the shore. So I keep my distance when they're coming Hado too at first, because I thought that if I let her get close to me, she'd just leave me again one day, like everyone else had. To me, she was like the sky in the winter's night, so pure and beautiful that you could get lost in her, but totally untouchable with a distinct boundary between herself and other people. But that boundary I thought I saw was my own making. A little while after I started at the school, we were on a trip. We were told to get into pairs to go walking, but I was on my own. As bad luck would have it, I took a nasty fall and scraped my knee. The stinging pain and the unbearable loneliness. I was so sad, it hurt so much. All alone, I started crying quietly to myself. Then
大丈夫。痛くないよ。
she spoke to me as she washed the wound with water from a flask, and putting a bandage, she held out her hand to me.
私はコミカドネリネン。知らないかもだから、もう一度自己紹介。八代ゆずりは。
I was so nervous I couldn't probably I couldn't probably grasp hold of the offered hand.
正しい握手ができないと、一人前って認められないって、お父さんが言ってたよ。私の目を見て、しっかり握手するの。八代ゆずりは。よろしく、コミカドさん。ネリネでいいよ、ゆずりはちゃん。ネリネちゃん。
The memory of that moment is seared into my brain. Joy wins over sorrow in the dream of this time. Yes, I remember. From the moment we shook hands, I was mesmerized. Her smile, not wintry, but like the window torn open on a sunny spring day. Are you awake? For a moment, I think the voice is a continuation of my dream. Solid warmth, a slight swaying in motion, and the scent of lilies served to inform me that this is a reality. Nami Kamikado is carrying me on her back.
ネリネちゃん。あ、起きたのね。まだ眠っていてもいいのに。
The warmth and motion, drowsy. I have drowsiness tugging at my lids again, but
肩を貸してくれ。歩けるよ。ダメよ。今は平気かもしれないけど、歩いたら後でひどくなるかもしれないわ。だからダメ。
重いだろ。
全然。譲り葉はもっと食べた方がいいわ。軽すぎて心配になるくらいよ。
but what she says, her footsteps betray her. She's really pushing herself.
よく見つけられたね。
大体の方角はリンゴさんから聞いていたから、ずっと走り通しだったから休んでもらったの。これ以上走ったら死んでしまうほどだったのよ。
One position on Nemi's back. I feel profound gratitude.
残念だけれど、栗は持ってこられなかったわ。
構わない。こっちの方が貴重だ。
I bury my nose into my best friend's nape, nuzzling against the skin. A tremor runs through her back at the ticklish sensation.
今日は甘えたがりね。
そうかな。
そうよ。だって私のことをネリネちゃんって。
My cheeks flushed scarlet red as I realized I spoke out while the boundaries between the dream world and the real one were still blurred.
そんなこと言った覚えは。
しっかり聞いたわよ。ネリネちゃんって。前は私のことをそう呼んでいたわよね。
She asked me why I stopped, and I found myself at a
あ
loss.
だ名で呼んだ方が親密な気がしたなんて。
私はちゃん付けも好きだったのよ。ゆずりはちゃん。
勘弁してくれ。
I lowered my head and nuzzled my nose against her neck again, drinking her scent. For a while, the only sound that reaches my ears is the thud of her feet against the earth and grass.
以前にもこんなことがあったわ。
She murmurs to no one in particular, it's more like she's talking to herself than to me.
森の中で。あれは遠足だったかしら。ゆずり葉が怪我をして、水筒の水で膝小僧を洗ったの。
The dream I was having.
ジュースは飲んではいけないって言われてたから、お水だったのよね。本当は残念だったけど、でもそのおかげで、ゆずり葉の怪我を癒せてよかった。
On that trip, I shared my first popular handshake with a girl who would become my best friend.
それで肩を貸して歩き出そうとしたら、痛くてゆずり葉が泣き出して、その時もこうして背負ったのよ。覚えている？
How could I forget?
覚えているよ。
そう。まだ私、ゆずり葉を背負えるわ。頼りになるでしょ。
Do you even need to ask? Kamakado is a hero to me, and
最高に頼れる親友だよ。
my vision blurs with tears. The more I try to fight it, the more tears wells up. Little better down the dam holding the floods back. All over again, I've been made to recognize these feelings carved into my heart.
どうしようもなく。コミカドネリネが好きなんだ。
There it is. I grit my walrus hard to try and contain the emotions that are threatening to explode out of me. My nose is stinging. She comes to a stop and turns her head like she's listening to the sounds of the festival far off in the distance. And then,
よかった。みんな来てくれたわよ。
planning the concerned cooking club members watching to her away. She turns to me with a smile as clear winter sky. I look down so that she won't see any tears, and I nod. She raised to them from over my friends, shoulder, I watched the club members rush towards us, Suo, Ichigo, and Ringo. Seeing her face makes me feel incredibly melancholic. Whatever the situation is, it's up to you. Whether or not you're able to laugh it off, it depends on how you feel. My father's words, but what if they had come from my mother? There would be another unsaid line untacked onto it. You can't laugh without a heart. I squash out my feelings and smile at her, like I'm gazing off in the distance at my receding dream. I don't regret my confession. If I had conveyed my feelings to Yuzubiha that day in the chapel, they would have probably lasted, and yet my heart aches. I thought I would feel better off after telling her, but instead of feeling lighter, my insides churn and I feel a pain in my
どう
chest.
したら
She asked me without waiting a bit longer for her answer. To wait a bit longer for her answer, I'd feel a sense of relief upon hearing that, but at the same time, I had a desperate urge to know what her answer as soon as possible. The sensation I am not myself, putting on an act that no one suspected anything. I heard it from my sister. It's him to be down in
どうしたらいいと思う
She'd ask me for advice, and I had an answer for her. I couldn't possibly reveal to her that that I was the cause of Yoshichiro's angst. How could I tell her that I coveted the same
明
woman?
日の部活で話を聞いたらいいよね
Said with a bright smile. When I saw that smile on her face, my insides not even tighter. I felt like my chest was being squeezed. And then I saw her at the Formation Cooking Club, just like my sister suggested. Yoshichiro stood in emptiness. Though she tried to hide it, it seemed like she was struggling with a sense of loneliness only known to those who have tasted a particular sort of pain. We understand it, as no doubt does Suchan. I could tell the compassion from the compassion displayed in her words and manner. Past fearful of my gaze, I stared intently at her. She whipped her face away like a hand snapped back from a flame. I would have expected it. I understand she feels awkward, but even so, her behavior squeezed at my heart with a merciless strength. It was so overwhelming that I didn't even notice my sister suggested when we go.
いい考えだよね
And she looked at me to back her up. I was finally able to regain control of my emotions. When the week drew to a close, we set out for a fall leave viewing on the Sabbath. I've been feeling depressed, but as I walked through the doors beneath the clear autumn sky, I gradually started feeling better. The scent of the autumn breeze in my nose, the colorful leaves up before my eyes, the sound of easygoing laughter in my ears. As I chatted with my sister and friends, it came home that we were truly into autumn. Then, perhaps thanks to my improved mood, I was able to cheerfully broach a conversation with Yasuhiro-senpai. However, things were never that simple. After arriving at our destination, my professor was just like collecting competition. We would draw lots of volunteers. By a stroke of good fortune, I was paired with Yasuhiro-senpai. That was a simple part, but as evening drew in, she called me that we should be heading back. Responding to her summons, I rushed forward, forgetting I was on a steep slope and the worst had
大
happened.
丈夫大したことはない
She bragged, patting her spring ankle. My heart had shattered to pieces. I knew I had to do something. Telling Chidori that I'd go get help, I went off back to the others. I'm not very fit, but I ran like my left depended on it. My heart was pounding like a drum, and I could hear the heart pulsing into my ears. Just when my throat was starting to feel painfully raw and from my back breathing, I managed to come get us by a little short of the place where everyone was scattered. I told her what had happened for me, but I had to think she would go and search for herself, then instructed me to let others know what was going on. She said having stopped once, I began to feel exhaustion settle heavily on my shoulders, but I managed to drag my lead and feet onward to rejoin the group. My sister, my friends, and everyone else rushed off the way I come. Things were never that simple. The feeling of happiness I had felt dissipated from the cruel reality that reared its head. In the darkness, I heard a sound of feet crunching dry leaves. Why isn't it me over there? Naren appeared, carrying Yuzuriha on her back. When I saw them so close to one another, it wasn't jealousy that I felt. It was sadness and resignation that filled my heart when I glimpsed the expression on Yuzuriha's face. Her look was one of longing and profound relief, like a child cozying up to their mother. I shut my eyes, trying to erase the image of the two of them sharing in their happiness, but the image remained, like the trails of light drawn to the darkness by the fireflies, which seared themselves into your eyelids even though they faded into nothing.
オズの魔法使いという童話がある。魔法使いへ会うため、エメラルドの町へと急ぐドロシーたちの耳に、恐ろしい方向が聞こえてきた。猛々しい方向の主はライオン。カカシを、ブリキをなぎ倒し、ドロシーの飼い犬トトを噛み殺そうとする。ドロシーは、我が身を顧みずトトを救い、ライオンの鼻先をピシャリと叩いた。勇敢なドロシーへ、ライオンは自分が臆病者だということ。小さい犬が向かってきたことで驚き、噛み殺そうとしたのだと告げる。ライオンは、己の臆病さに苦悩し、ドロシーたちへ同行を願う。オズへ、己の臆病さを消してもらいたいがために。私にとっての重要なキャラクター、3人目の仲間、臆病ライオン。この章でドロシーは言う。あなたに脅されちゃうなんて、私に言わせれば、他の野獣たちの方が、あなたより臆病だわ、と。しかし、だからといって僕は勇敢な気持ちにはなれない。自分が臆病だって自分が知っている限り、僕は不幸せなんだ。と、ライオンは告げた。そう。大勢の者から勇敢だと称えられていても、本人が特進していなければ、それは確かな不幸なのだ。これから始まる物語は、自分の気持ちを偽り続ける臆病ライオンのお話。
Chapter 4 The Cowardly Lion The Magician, the Oss.
だいぶ寒くなってきたな。
That was a short, I think it's the most shortest chapter of the season so far. And it's the most emotional one for, well, at least the half part. Like, the last half, yeah. Still, this is like the season that will always sting anyone. No one can handle this at all. Well, most people did. Some bitched out. Jokes aside. This is pretty good doing this. I'm not really like able. I don't know why, but I'm not capable to do coherent like narration right now. So in the next season, I might, depending on my mood, I might not do narration that much. Anyways, without wasting any more time, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you guys use it as a guide or walkthrough of some sort. Anyways, this is Yuki signing out.